Hello everyone, my name is Ling Zhao. Today we started the course Advanced Function Grade 12, Chapter 2, Polynomial Equation and Inequalities. The topic is showing polynomial inequality. Here I will explain the two type practice. Number 1, show each polynomial inequality by graphing. We will explain the three examples. Number 2, show each polynomial inequality by using number line. I have 4 examples here. A is x squared minus x minus 12 less than 0. So we change the inequality into equation. Okay, set the fx equal x squared minus x minus 12. Then we factor. Okay, the fx equal, we know that in the middle term is negative x, last term is 12. So 12, that means 3 times 4. And in the middle term is negative. So that means the 4 is negative, 3 is positive. Right? So we find the x-intercept. That means when fx equals 0, so the x-intercept is x equal negative 3 and x equal 4. Okay, and then find the y-intercept. That means when x equals 0, the 0 equal negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Okay, so we know this parabola and the leading coefficient positive. So we know the graph is from Q2 to Q1, right? The graph is from Q2 to Q1. Is negative 3 here, 4 here, and then negative 12 here. Suppose here, okay? Then we graph. Almost like that. This fx equal x squared minus x minus 12. Right? And then we go back to inequality is less than 0. So that means the curve below the axis, like this part. And the solution is from negative 3 to 4, right? Okay, is not equal 0, so it's not including the boundary. Okay, for the inequality, x squared minus x minus 12 less than 0. Okay, this is the answer for A. b. And x squared plus ax plus 15 less than or equal to 0. So you can set fx equal x squared plus a times x plus 15. And then factor it become the 15 and the coefficient is 8. So that means 15 is used 3 times 5, right? Because 3 plus 5 equal 8. So it's all is positive. So x plus 3 times x plus 5, right? Then we find the x-intercept when fx equals 0. So the first one, when x plus y equals 0, we get x equal -5. When x plus 3 equals 0, we get x equal negative. And then we find the y-intercept. When x equals 0, this y equals 3 times 5 is 15. Right? Then we group like that. So 15, 0, 1, 2, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, and the x-intercept -5, -3. The y-intercept is 15. So we connect the 3 points similar like that. Okay. Then we go back to check the inequalities less than equal to 0. So that means the graph like the below the x-axis like that. Okay, this part. So we write down the solution of the inequality. So -5 to negative. Okay, so here the inequality including 0, so including the boundary -3 and -3, 5. Okay, as for the inequality, x squared plus ax plus 15 less than equal to 0. Okay, and next is 3. C, x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 less than or more than 0. And set fx equal x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. Right. So we check the coefficient is 1, -6, 11, and 6. So we know 11 is 5 plus 6, right? So we try to separate 6 into 1 and 5. Okay, -x squared, -5x squared. So it's plus 5x plus 6x minus 6, right? So continue fx equal for by grouping, right? So take out the x squared, so to leave another x minus 1, and this one is take the 5x So x plus minus 1 and plus 6, so take 6 out, so x 1. So we find the common factor x minus 1. So out and then x squared minus 5x plus 6. Then keep going. Factor is x minus 1 is here the coefficient -5 and 6, so we can use x minus 3 and double check. It should be -2, right? This factor is x fx equal x minus 1, x minus 3, and times x minus 2. Okay, so the x-intercept we put in order, so we get 1, 2, 3. Okay, or we can separate 1 by 1 at the x equal 1, x equal 2, x equal 3. Okay, and if we find the y-intercept, when x equals 0, so f0 equal -1, -3, -2. So actually it's -6, right? So we know this is cubic, okay? And the leading coefficient is +1. So the graph from Q3 to Q1, okay? Is 1, 2, 3, and there's a y-intercept -6 here. And then from Q3 to Q1, so from Q3 pass through -6 and go to -1 and go to 1 and 2 and 3. Just scratch like that. Okay, it's fx equal x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. And go back to check the inequality is more than 0. So if I the above of the SS, so the curve, this part and this part. Okay, so the solution are from 1 to 2 or more than 3. And it's not including 0, so it's not putting the boundary for the inequality. Okay, x squared, x cubic in the normal space, and x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 more than 0. Okay, means the answer like that for C. Next, we studied the show inequality by using number line. Okay, so each polynomial inequality by using number line. At A is 2x squared plus 7x minus 4 more than 0 and equal 0. So simply set fx equal 2 times x squared plus 7x minus 4 and factor is fx equal like 2x 7 and negative 4. So we know the 7 is a minus 1. So 2x squared is just 2x times x, right? So it's 2x minus 1 times x plus 4, like that, okay? Because 2x times x is 2x squared. And the negative 4 we use 1 and 4. And the middle term is positive. So bigger one positive, small one negative, right? So we check the last term, negative 4. And the middle term cross multiply adding. So it's a times x minus x is equal 7x. So it's a match in the middle term, okay? So this is correct. And next, when fx equals 0. So from the x, 2x minus 1 equal 0, we get the x equal 1 over 2. And from x plus 4 equals 0, we get the x equal negative 4. And write down in order. So x equal negative 4 and x equal 1 over 2. This for x-intercept. And for the y-intercept is x equal 0. So we get the f0 equal negative 1 times 4. So equal negative 4. Okay. So here we use number line to try to solve. And zero, 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, 7, 8. And left side, negative 4 here. And 1 over 2 is 0.5 here. And then you see there are 3 intervals, right? From left side, x less than negative 4. So we check the side, negative 2x minus 1. We can test negative 6. Either if it's 2 times negative 6 minus 1 equal negative 13 less than 0, right? And x minus 4 plus 4, so it's negative 6 plus 4 equal negative 2. It's also less than 0, so it's negative. So here they show 2 negative, so it's positive fx, right? And if the plus negative 4 cross through negative 4, so 2x minus 1. And then we can check the text x equals 0, so it's negative 1. So it's 2x minus 1 is less than 0. And x plus 4 is more than 0, right? Because 0 plus 4 is 4, more than 0. Then one negative, another one is positive, so it's y negative, right? So the right side, when x more than 0.5, so the 2x minus 1 more than 0, x plus 4 more than 0, so fx is more than 0, it's positive, right? So we can check the inequality more than equal 0. So this more than 0, this one, and more than 0, this one, right? So we get the solution. X less than equal negative 4, or x more than equal 1 over 2, right? 0.5 for the inequality. 2x squared plus 7x minus 4 more than equal to 0. Be careful, it's including the 0, so including the boundary. Okay, this A, the use number line. And B is 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 less than 0. Okay, so we set the fx equal to x squared minus 5x minus 3. So same thing, factor. And we know the first term is 2x squared or minus 5x minus 3. So we know the 5 is 6 minus 1, right? So 2x squared use 2x times x. So in the middle term negative, so 3 is negative. And then times x plus 1. Okay, so double check is 2x times x to 2x squared. And the 3 is 1 times 3. So it's 1 and 3. And the middle term negative. So this bigger one negative, small one negative, positive, right? So it's negative 3. And the middle term is multiply adding. So it's negative 3 times 2x. So it's negative 6x. And the plus x. So it's negative 5x. It's matching with the in the middle term, right? This is correct. And then when fx equals 0, that means find the x-intercept, right? If 2x minus 3 equals 0, the x equals 3 over 2. If x plus 1 equals 0, x equals negative 1. Here, write down in order, okay? This x equals negative 1 or x equals 3 over 2. This is 1.5, right? And then we can use number line to show the solution. And here, suppose it's negative 1.5, negative 1, negative 0.5, 0, positive 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and here the negative 1. And 1.5 here, positive. Then separate the interval into 3 parts. The left side when x is less than negative 1. So to check the factor, the 2x minus 3. We can use x equal 1.5, right? There's 2 times negative 1.5 minus 3. So it's equal here. It's negative 6, right? Because 1.5 times 2 is 3. It's less than 3. And x plus 1, that means negative 1.5 plus 1 is negative 0.5, less than 0. Is x plus 1 less than 0. Then the fx is more than 0, right? Because 2 negative multiply, so it's equal positive, right? Okay, if the x is more than negative 1, and 0.5, so we know 2x minus 3 is less than 0, right? But x plus 1 is more than 0, right? You can check a test x equals 0, right? So the 0 minus 3 is negative, but the 0 plus 1 is positive, right? So 1 positive and 1 negative multiply, so it's still negative. So the f(x) is negative, so it's less than 0, right? So next to the right side, if x more than 1.5, so we know 2x minus 3 is more than 0. Right? We text by x equal 2, so 2 times 2 minus 3 is 1, more than 0. And then the 2 plus 1 is 3 is also more than 0, right? So that means x plus 1 is more than 0. So 2 positive, so y is positive, right? Okay, we get the value for the side of y, okay? So we get the, go back to inequality less than 0, so that means y is negative. So we get this, right, in the middle. Then the solution is -1 to 3 over 2, that's 1.5. And double check is not equal to 0, so it's not including the boundary. It's for the interval inequality, okay? For the inequality, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 less than 0. And for the solution, for the answer, for the B. And then C is x cubic plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 8 less than 0. And we can set fx equal x cubic plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 8. And next have to factor, right? The 5, we can try to separate 2 and 1. Okay, the 2 is 4 minus 2, right? So can write down like that, fx equal x cubic plus 4x squared plus x squared plus 4x minus 2x minus 8. And the next step is by grouping, right? There's a first and second term, they're common factor like x squared. So x squared times x plus 4. And the third and fourth factor, the common factor is x. So take the x out, so x plus 4, right? And at the negative 2x, negative 8, we can take the negative 2 out. So it's x plus 4. So we can find the common factor x plus 4. So next step is x plus 4 times x squared plus x minus 2. So factor, keep going. So it's x plus 4. And middle term x, and that's the negative 2. So you can factor by the x plus 2, x minus 1, right? Because the bigger one is positive, right? So we find x-intercept when y equals 0. So the x, when x plus 4 equals 0, we get the x equal negative 4. When x plus 2 equals 0, we can get the x equal negative 2. When x minus 1 equals 0, the x equals 1. We get the 3 x-intercept. And then we draw number line. The left side -4. And -2. And +1. Okay, then separate the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 interval. Okay, so check the one by one. When x less than -4, so check the x plus 4 is less than 0. Okay, you can test -5. -5 plus 4 is -1, right? Next, with x plus 2 also negative, right? -5 plus 2 is -3. Or next, check the x minus 1 is -6, so less than 0. Then we know the y3 negative multiply is still negative, right? So it's less than 0. And the middle interval -4, -2. So we test -3. So x plus 4 is more than 0, right? And then x plus 2 less than 0. And x minus 1 less than 0. Then the 2 negative. So the y is positive, right? And the next, in the -2 and 1, so we can test 0. So x plus 4 more than 0. So x plus 2 also more than 0. And x minus 1 less than 0. So the 2 positive, 1 negative. So y is negative, less than 0. If x more than 1, so you can take x equal 2. So this x plus 4 is more than 0. X plus 2 more than 0. X minus 1 more than 0. So all positive. So fx is positive, is more than 0. And we go back to check the inequalities less than 0. So the first one less than 0, this one less than 0, right? So we get the solution for the inequality. Is x less than -4 or -2 to 1. And double check the inequality is just less than 0, not including 0, so not including the boundary. For the solution, here the x just less than -4, x more than -2, less than 1, not including the equal, right? So it's for the solution for the inequality. X cubic plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 8 less than 0. This for answer for C. And next for D is x cubic minus 2x squared minus 24x minus 28 less than equal 0. Okay, and the same, the set fx equal x cubic minus 2x squared minus 24x minus 28. Which it is 3. 3x squared. It's like that. Okay, we see the 24, we can use 7 times 3, right? The 28 is 4 times 7. Okay, so we try to separate the -3 in -7x squared plus 4x squared. Okay, and minus 24x minus 28. Then next step is x squared minus 7x x cubic minus 7x squared, sorry. So the common factor is x squared. So times x minus 7, and the next three term is common factor 4. So take out. So 4 times x squared minus 6x, right? Because 6 times 4 is 24, and 6 times 7 is 28. Okay, so next is x squared times x minus 7 plus 4 is negative 6x negative 7. So you can factor that x minus 7 times x plus 1, right? Because 7 minus 1 is 1, 6, right? 7 minus 1 is 6. So next is common factor is x minus 7. So take out. So leave x squared plus 4x plus 4. And then keep going. This fx equal x minus 7 x plus 2 squared. Then we know when fx equals 0, right? So the x minus 7 equals 0, x equals 7, x plus 2 equals 0, x equals negative 2. So right now in order is x equal negative 2 or x equals 7 is x-intercept. Okay, then we draw the number line. Is negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the left side is here, the less than negative 2, and the right side is 7, right? Here, like that. And from the left side, where x is less than negative 2, we check the that x minus 7 less than 0. We can take x equal negative 3, right? Negative 3, negative 7 is negative 10, so it's negative. And then x plus 2 squared, always more than 0, right? So the fx is less than 0, right? Because one negative, another one is positive, right? And in the middle, from negative 2 to 7. So x minus 7 also less than 0, right? You can test x equals 0. So it's 0 minus 7 is negative 7. So it's negative. And x plus 2 squared always more than 0, right? So that means fx is less than 0. And the right side, when x more than 7, so the x minus 7 less than more than 0. Sorry. And x plus 2 squared more than 0. So fx more than 0. Right? So double check the inequality less than equal 0. So this one and this one. Okay, so we can write down the solution. Is less than 7, okay? And then is double check the inequality including 0. So it's x including the equal 7. Okay, that is s less than equal 7 for the inequality. At the x cubic minus 3x squared minus 24x or minus 28 less than equal 0. Okay, that's the answer for D. All above take some example to explain how to solve a polynomial inequality by graphing and by using the number line. Thank you for your watching.